Awesome. Okay. Welcome, Purpose Chasers. I am so excited about just everything that is going on up there. I was talking with Sarah even a few days ago, and I said, wow, I've seen this happen a few times in my business, mostly on other people's teams. And I just couldn't be more excited about what you guys are creating up there and kind of where this is all headed and what I know that this means for every single one of you. Um, I want to congratulate you, first of all, on just an amazing month. I saw so many promotions up there, so many bonuses, so much activity, just so much enthusiasm. And you guys are a really special group of people. I've been in Arbonne a long time, and you're just a group of people who have huge hearts, big visions, big dreams, are literally looking to serve others in big ways. And I know that that's just a result of Sarah and the leader that she is and the people that she attracts into her life. And you guys are a reflection of really the best of the best in Arbonne. So I'm super excited about what's going on up there. And I just kind of wanted to paint the vision for you of what can happen here in the next 30, 60 days if you really stay with this momentum that you've created. I know sometimes when you get in that crazy momentum and it's crazy activity, especially going into this, December, your tendency can be to kind of let up on the gas, to put a little of the brake on. But I can tell you just from experience that if you can keep the gas pedal down, and if you haven't been in a lot of activity, if you can start that activity and get it going, December in particular is the most powerful month of the year in Arbonne. So you really couldn't have a better time to be in momentum and to really push through and just create some big, big things. I have been envisioning a car presentation in Cheyenne since I met Sarah. And I know that she will be a regional vice president. I know you guys will be the Tracy region, but what I also know is that is going to create lots of other areas and regions as well. So in Arbonne, we always say rising tides lift all boats. So no matter where you are in her success line or where you have been in Arbonne, this crazy momentum and going for this goal of the Tracy region is going to elevate everyone, and that's exciting. I know you guys have so many big dreams. I know that I've gotten to know a lot of you and your whys, and all of those things can happen. Every single one of your whys, every one of your dreams, they are worth it. You are worth it, and they can happen. But obviously, it does take that time. It takes the hard work, and it takes the belief. And I'm going to give you some pointers on how to make that happen, and just really how to maximize this time and what's going on. But I just want you all to, one, believe in yourself and know that you can do this. And whatever your dream is for Arbonne and yourself, it's totally achievable. It's right there. Just get into activity and get it done. Let's see. So I always say, what would you do if you knew that you could not fail? How would you live your life if you knew you could not fail? I think sometimes we get wrapped up in kind of the, oh gosh, what if I, this or that, but just go out and do it. Dream big. It takes the same amount of energy to dream small or dream big. So dream big and really go for those big goals. And I have no doubt that there's going to be several car presentations here in the next year because of what you guys are creating right now. So I've just seen this happening, and I told Sarah I can't even keep track of how many people are joining your business right now just because of the energy and the momentum that's going on up there. So I can't wait to get up there and meet everyone in person, because there's so many of you I actually haven't met in person. And I've gotten to talk to a lot of you on Zoom, which is so cool about technology and what we have these days. So, okay. So I'm going to go through some pointers on December, just so I know that December can be a little overwhelming, but I want to paint the picture of what December is for Arbonne. As a lot of you know, we launch a trip in December, and it's to Jamaica this next year. It's in October, and each and every one of you can earn this trip. I know Sarah earned it not this last year, but the year before, and I know that she can share with you just how powerful earning those trips are. You're literally rubbing shoulders, rubbing elbows with Debbie Neal or Mo Boger, whoever your like Arbonne idol is, they are there. And literally, like I went on a cruise 2 years ago. I was in the hot tub with Miranda Burcham for like a good 30 minutes talking to her. She's our keynote speaker. So it's so cool when you earn those trips, and then when you take your family, kind of what they experience. So I want you to know that each and every one of you can earn this trip, but you have to be intentional about it. You have to be on point on going out and earning this trip. So they did do the little double per PQV last month if you got a 250 order, but even if you did nothing last month, I just saw the qualifications. It's still 100% achievable if you started this month. If we had someone join the business this month, they could still earn this trip, and I've seen people do it. So a couple of things. It's double volume in December. So you want to bring out like all the stops and each of you are, so it's in your central district. So basically if you're a district, if you have someone that's a district on your team, their district doesn't count towards your volume, but all of your volume does. And if you don't have any districts on your team, then all of your volume counts towards it. We can tell you more on that, but you need to get into activity. Obviously that's a big thing. But I'm gonna kind of go through my top, and I didn't number these, but things that you can do this month to earn the trip and really just maximize your December. One isn't one of them, but each and every one of you should go for what the equivalent of your DM bonus would be. And that's 5,000 in your central district and 5 new preferred clients or consultants with an order of 150 or more. So very doable. I've done that on my own, just with no one else joining my business many times. So each and every one of you should make that kind of your minimum goal, that 5,000, and that's going to double to 10,000. If you can go over that, awesome. How awesome is that extra volume? And you might be thinking, gosh, how can I get to that 5,000? So the first thing I would do is to do the 30 and 30. If you have not done that yet, or even if you have, I'm doing it again. I've done it the last 2 months, and I'm doing it again this month. It's probably one of the most powerful tools I've ever seen at our fingertips. I love doing the 20 minutes over Zoom. You do not have to meet every single person in person. If you want to grab coffee with them, you can, but I think that it's much more efficient to do it over Zoom because you get on point, you do the presentation. Sarah and I can still help you with those, but you guys can do them on your own too. If one of us isn't available, we can guide you through it, but we're happy to help if we can. But those 30-minute, the 30 and 30, if you don't know what it is, it's texting 100 people in a 24-hour period. The text pretty much says, I'm in a challenge. I need to reach out and I need to chat with 30 people in the next 30 days just to do a quick 20-minute overview with Arbonne. We can send you the text. It's on in an email. We'll send it out. Understanding that you may have no interest in Arbonne, would you be willing to just sit down and just listen and be one of my 30? I like to look for people you can do out of state people. You can do people who you have kind of reached out to Arbonne before. Do people who I've never reached out to Arbonne about before. But even if you have, you can still text them and say, gosh, I know I may have talked to you 6 months ago, a year ago, but would you just be willing to sit down and listen again? We have a few new things going on. So do that 20-minute overview. From that, you're going to find people, 1, interested in product at the very least. You're going to find new preferred clients. 2, you're going to find people who will host for you. 3, you're going to find people who are interested in this business. Just powerful month to start this business. I think I've had the most people in the time I've been doing this, 5.5 years, join in December. And why is that? So December is kind of unique in that people are looking at their year. They're looking back at their year and kind of seeing what their goals were and where they're at. They're evaluating. They may be looking for extra money around the holidays. They're also more open to it's an interesting time. They're just more opening to hearing kind of available. The trip is there for them to earn. So there's lots of things going on in December it's the best time of year to start. Even if you're looking, if they're looking at January, I'd say, gosh, and I can walk you through this. Get your start order in December. It's going to double towards that trip. Get your launch parties going because people are looking to shop. They're looking to buy things. And 2, I'm going to talk about this, but you're going right into healthy living into January, which is our biggest time for healthy living. So plus anything that you buy in December for your business is for this year. So people will be looking to, join your business this year, and share. All this business is sharing. It does not matter if you can't get attached to the outcome. The more people you share this with, the more likely you are to find people in all those areas interested in the product, interested in the business, interested in hosting. So 1, I would do the 30 and 30. 2, plug in to the events that you guys have going on in Cheyenne. If you can get down for Nation this month in Denver, I know Sarah and Judy have driven down many times to Denver for our Nation meeting. It's powerful. It's awesome if you can, bring a guest from Cheyenne, if you can get someone to drive with you, or if you get people in Denver, use it as an excuse. Gosh, I'm going to be in town. Could I pick you up and come tag along to the meeting? If you can't come, have a little viewing party at your home. Invite a few guests for people to listen and watch. But plug in. Those events are powerful for guests. 2, you are going to be having a meeting the second Wednesday of the month. I don't have the exact date. Sarah is going to chat here in a minute at the end, and I can look it up. But I'm pretty sure, I did not confirm this with Sarah, but I think Megan, our MVP, is driving up to Cheyenne to be the speaker at that meeting. There's going to be a ton of recognition. We have 3 new district managers up there, tons of you in qualification, people earning bonuses. Sarah is over halfway to region. So you're going to want to get guests there, because if you just get people there with the energy and what's going on, they're going to want to be part of this. What I love about Arbonne right now is people love the culture. We have a very unique culture in Arbonne. I feel like we're so unique, and really the culture we have of really caring about people and lifting people up and really pushing people to be the best versions of themselves, and really guiding you kind of through this transformation of personal growth. So people want to be a part of something. I read that people are more connected socially than they've ever been, but they're also lonelier than they've ever been. So what I love is with Arbonne, people love to be part of a group like this. And you guys have such an awesome group of people. People will be dying to join. So plug in. Make sure you're getting guests to those events that are available to you. Book parties. I've seen people host lots of parties this time of year. So I always say, don't tell yourself a self-serving story. Don't tell yourself, gosh, people are busy or that. Tell yourself, wow, people, this is true, love to get together during the holidays. They're looking to buy, they're looking to socialize. I've even had people, they can, if you want to incorporate it, bring it with a little cookie exchange. Everyone brings a tray of cookies and they can exchange a cookie. You can do a men's party is a cool one. So basically what you do is, it's a much shorter presentation, but you invite a bunch of men for it's usually, beer and there's different names. I got to look them up. I'm not remembering them. But so they can buy for their significant others. Have a few kind of prepackaged things that they can, at different levels that they can buy for. Men have no idea what to buy, a lot of them. So be their personal shopper for them. If you want to get more involved with that, we have a 12 days of Christmas program where basically the 12 days leading up to Christmas, they do a little gift each day. And I usually, when I've done that, wrap that up and have that prepackaged for them, and they can leave it somewhere around their house. Host your own holiday showcase. If you haven't already, you might want to do a couple of those at your home. Let's see here. Buy your own holiday gifts. So if you want to be gifting Arbonne, if you aren't planning on it, you want to be gifting Arbonne to the people that you buy for. It's a tax write-off for one, and it gives them a little taste of Arbonne if they haven't had a chance to try it already. You could even do a little online thing. If you have people out of state, you could get on and just do a quick, Zoom is free. Any of you can have a Zoom account. I think it's up to an hour of time. You have to look up is free. So you can invite your friends on and say, gosh, jump on here. I just want to share with the products with you. Tell a little bit about why you love Arbonne. Tell a little bit about what's different and share the holiday products with them. Let's see, book parties. Reach out to your current preferred clients. The preferred client rewards are awesome now. They've always been awesome, but I love that. I still think most people on there, you can pull it up on your reports, but if they've been a preferred client in the past, I think for this month still, if they purchase an order of $150 or more, they get to choose from that whole list of free products. and they get free shipping. So whether they're buying for themselves, they're buying for, others, if you have, hostesses or people or other, go through your client cards. If there's people who have wanted products that they happen to buy, call them and tell them that, hey, do you want me to call your significant other? I can make his buying really easy. You can do that kind of thing as well. So this is a time of year that people are buying and looking to purchase products for themselves and others. So make sure you're reaching out and doing that, for helping them with their shopping. The men's party. Okay, reach out to PCs. Sorry, I just want to make sure I'm getting all of this down. Let's see. Healthy living is going, so after we have all this time leading up with the holiday shopping, which you definitely want to take advantage of. And I had something pop in my mind as I was doing that, and then it left, but hopefully it'll come back. After this holiday time, you want to maximize that as much as you can. Another thing you can do is send out samples to people that are out of state. I had a gal on my team a couple years ago, and she'd put together little packages of samples and sent them out to, 15, 20 relatives at the beginning of December. And she hit her DM bonus. It was her second month in the business, and she hit 5,000 just through sales of the parties that she did and the people that she sent out to. So that's another thing that you can do in December, is reach out to out-of-state people and ask, hey, can I send you a few samples? I'd love, and then follow up. Follow up is the key there. What I love about this time of year is we have all this holiday buying, and then because people have partied throughout all of December, it is our biggest time of year for healthy living. And I know we've been doing a lot of talking on healthy living. There's going to be we'll be doing some online stuff, but a lot of healthy happy hours and different healthy living reach outs at the end of the month. But you can be talking to people now. So if you hear people talking about, like when you're out at Christmas parties, I'm just feeling so run down, say, gosh, you might want to get on our 28-day clean eating program starting in January. Some people do it in December, but obviously January is the biggest time of year. So be talking to people about that now, because we have our most participants in January. So you want to make sure that you're capitalizing on that and starting to, talk about it now. If you have not done it, you want to do it, at least if you don't want to do it in December, but do it in January and find 5 people to do it with you. Say, gosh, I'm doing this program. I've seen a lot of people had results with weight loss, with, Melissa can do a whole presentation on her results, but I have more energy, I sleep better, I think more clearly, and you live just healthier. And say, I can't wait to feel like that again. Would you be willing to, be my accountability partner on this? Let's see. So I think those are my kind of my ideas for December. But just know that you just to be talking about Arbonne and sharing it. We have something special to share with people, not only with products, but with this business. So make sure that you're sharing intentionally about the business as well. And I feel like the 30 and 30 is a great way to do that, especially if you're new to the business, and also inviting guests to those times that you have to plug in up in Cheyenne and down here in Denver as well. I'm super excited. I cannot wait to see where you guys all end up. I know we're going to have a few new areas in Qual come the end of this month. I see each of you adding someone new to your business, even if it's your team of 1. Know that can change drastically this month. I've seen people add 2, 3, 4 people to their business in this month of December. So make sure that you're just intentional and be authentic when you're sharing. If you're talking to someone and you're hearing them, talk about their struggles with this or that, or not enough time for their kids, or just feeling, run down with all the stress of the holidays and not having enough time for it all, you can say, gosh, you're going to think I'm crazy, but what I hear you saying is this, I don't know if this would ever be with you, something for you. And you might think I'm crazy for asking, but why don't you just sit down and learn more? What if it was? What if this changed your life? What if it was something that you grabbed onto and literally had more time, more choices, more freedom, going into this next year? So I'm excited. I love you guys. I'm so excited about just what you guys are creating up there. It's pretty special because there's not a lot of Arbonne consultants yet in Wyoming, and you're really forging the way. You are the trailblazers up there. But again, you're not bound by the Wyoming territory, so reach out everywhere. But it is pretty exciting for what you guys have going on. See here, Sarah, I think is going to just jump on here. You want me? I'll unmute you and just chat for a minute too. Whoops, unmute. There you go.
Yay. Thanks so much, Brooke, for sharing. You got me all excited, even more excited than I already was. So I love all of those ideas that Brooke shared, and essentially that's all the stuff she taught me to do from the beginning of my business. And in looking back at my business, my volume has always doubled in December. So I just feel like you get paid and volume-wise double in December off the same amount of efforts. So I would encourage each one of you to grab hold of this momentum. Like Brooke said, plug in, grab hold of the personal development and grow, and really just grow you into the leader you need to be, because there's people waiting for you to really just remember your why, really stick to what you said you would do when you started this. So just focus on your why and remember why you grabbed hold of this, and that there's people waiting on you to fulfill your purpose so that they can see their own, so they can realize their own purpose as well. So I love each and every one of you, and I can't wait to go to Vegas. So if you haven't registered for GTC, please do it, because it's going to be so much fun. And then I can't wait to go to Jamaica. Like, I saw the qualifications today, Brooke, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like there's no doubt. I even told my manager at work, I said, I'm going to need these days off in October because I'm going to be in Jamaica. So I would encourage you guys all to build that big of belief for yourself that you're going to be there. You're going to take your family, and just imagine your toes in the sand and what it's going to feel like to have all of your whys there with you. It almost makes me emotional just thinking about envisioning it and thinking about what it's going to be like. So get yourself to a place where you feel that as well, because it's so doable. And now's the time, my friends. I'm excited.
Awesome. And when this came in, Sarah mentioned the personal growth. We do have a reading group. You guys are all welcome to jump on, even if you don't have the book, even if you haven't done the reading, just listen. Because we talk about, we're going to be finishing up the success principles in the next 3 weeks. So if you don't want to, if you just want to jump on and listen, you still will get something out of it. And it's just been so awesome for the people that are on. So it's at 6 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays and 7 a.m. on Sundays. I was not much of a reader to Arbonne. I wasn't, much of a morning person. So I have all those same excuses that, you may have. But I can tell you, since I have, really made that time and dedicated to that, it's made a huge difference in my business, to do that personal growth reading. And to really, do the things that are uncomfortable, that kind of stretch you. If you're not a 6 a.m. person, get up anyway and do it, because you're going to feel good about your day. You're going to start on the right note. And, really that's what this business is. 95% of it is the stories you're telling yourself. So whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So you want to make sure that you're minding your mind, because that is the most important part of this business. And just make sure you're doing a little something every single day for your business. Don't beat yourself up if it wasn't as much as you have originally planned for that day, but make sure you're back on it the next day. Write down what you want to do the night before. I always find that I have the most success when I'm writing that down the night before. And what are your non-negotiables the next day to bring you to that next level, to bring you to that goal? Because really that's all it is just chunking a little bit of Arbonne into every single day, leads into huge things in the end. And then lastly, Sarah mentioned too, GTC. I cannot stress enough how important that is if you are growing an Arbonne business. If you want to be, to achieve and to succeed in this business, it's probably the best thing you can do for your business is be there. I know people who have missed their birthdays. I would have been there if I had a 10-day-old. I almost went last year. That's how important that is. I've seen people miss all types of things. I know it's a monetary expense. They have a payment plan. We share rooms. We try and make it as economical as possible. And I promise if you go, you'll get so much out of it in return. So I'm cheering you guys on. I'm going to be posting tonight our coaching calls I'm going to have them available Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So jump on those. If you don't see one that works for you, email me or box me and let me know, and we can figure out another time. But I encourage you all to get on that, because it is intentionally mapping out kind of what you're at to where you're at. Even if you have an empty calendar, still do the coaching call, because we can help get some things going for you. So let's make this month awesome. I really envision, gosh, the Sarah Tracy region in qualification. I see several of you in qual for area, new DM. I see like 10 more new people in this team. So that's pretty exciting. So I love you guys. Have an awesome Friday night. Thanks for jumping on. And I will be seeing you all here in the next few days, hopefully on a coaching call.
Bye, guys.